You might know the name Frank Becerra. You probably don't recognize his face. But you've seen his work hundreds, if not thousands of times.
I mean, Frank has been an unbelievable photojournalist here in Westchester County. He's captured Super Bowls, Olympics, U.S. Open, and I think his biggest gift back to everybody here in Westchester is what he's done for high school sports and local sports in general.
I've worked with Frank for about 20 years. You know, Frank sets an amazing example for hard work, and I think that it's not just the fact that he works hard, it's how much he cares about the work he's doing, and I think that's really what sets him apart. And I think that everyone here on our staff, whether you're a reporter or a photographer or an editor, you know what Frank means to the paper, to the website, and kind of how important his work is to what we do every day.
While he works in media, he rarely tweets or draws attention to himself, and is often the most quiet voice on crowded sidelines for Friday nights, where he's roamed with his camera on his shoulder for over the past 40 years.
Well, Frank he's a professional first and foremost. He's a great photographer, and I'm sure that, when you make a Sports Hall of Fame, you're doing it on your craft. And he was the best in the business in that. But, I think the Hall of Fame also says something about your personality. And you don't meet finer people than the Becerra family, and in this case especially Frank.
When I asked his friends and colleagues to send letters of support for his nomination, I was overwhelmed by what was written. Frank is not only respected for his talents, but also extremely admired by everyone who meets him.
Frank Becerra has been the premier photographer at the Journal News and Loha.com since its first day in September 1977. In that time, he's done it all. 8 World Series, 3 Super Bowls, 3 Stanley Cup Finals, plus several NBA championships, all the majors, and hundreds of high school state finals.
Yeah, I can say as a coach, Frank is the best at what he does. He captures moments and he makes memories. I remember when we were kids, and he started out before he was even employed. He would have a police scanner. Mom and Dad would leave us with him, and he was responsible for the little ones. And he'd have his police scanner, and something would come up, and he'd want to go, shoot it. And so we'd have to pile in the car, no matter where it was, chasing a scoop. So yeah, it was interesting.
Frank has carried around that camera every day of his professional career, capturing tens of thousands of images, from Little League to the World Series, from preseason to the state championship, and from local house fires to unthinkable tragedies. His photos don't just capture the moments, they give feeling, heart, emotion, sadness, and euphoria. Becerra may keep a low profile, but his personality projects through his lens every day.
That's really what I know about Frank. If something happens during a game, he's going to have it on camera one way or the other, whether it's a photo of it, a video of it. Frank's going to be there. He has unbelievable timing. He really knows the games. He really knows the athletes. He knows the teams. He knows the coaches. He's been around so long. He's somebody maybe that the readers may not know who he is, but everybody kind of inside sports here in Westchester and Section 1 in general would know Frank well and know his work. And he's the type of person, even if you don't know who he is, you've seen his work over the last 40 years.
Now Frank Jr. joins his idol, Frank Sr., in the Westchester County Sports Hall of Fame. The artistic talent is the second greatest gift that the father handed down to his son. Warmth and kindness will forever be the first.
I always say the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree, and Frank's family is just wonderful people, top to bottom. Frank's dad was my idol. When I started in the business, he was one of my great friends and my idol, one of the nicest people, as you know, Hall of Famer, tremendous artist.
Out of all my brothers, Frank is most like my dad, which you will see later when he tries to give his acceptance speech. Frank is sensitive, kind, emotional, but most of all humble.
It's probably means more than anything else. He gets it. He gets the where his start and the legacy that my dad left behind, and just I think we're just blessed as a family to be associated with my dad and everything that goes along with it.
I know Dad is looking down at tonight, and he's very proud. Also, thank you for sort of paving the way in my career. I've worked at several newspapers and at each one there's been somebody on staff that's either known you or worked with you.
He's an outstanding photographer. He's a fantastic family man. He's a great father, great husband, one of my favorite brothers, and I am so proud that you are receiving this award tonight. It's so well deserved, brother. I really love you.